Hi, Jamie. Thanks for joining us. How is your preparation going ahead of next week at Folly House?
Hi, Leon. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, listen, all good our end. It's great. Yeah, horses are in good order. Thankfully holding their form through the winter, and yeah, we go there with a good team next week. So yeah, let's hope for a bit of luck.
Yeah, and it's obviously the pinnacle of jump racing. How does it feel to be able to take a team there and be prevalent in so many different races?
Yeah, so listen, it's a wonderful week, isn't it? It's a week where the greats take on the greats and become champions, and from a sporting perspective, from a racing perspective, and from a fan's perspective, it's a wonderful occasion, and something we all look forward to. It's great to be a part of it. We all want to be a part of it. We all want horses to be a part of it, and when we are a part of it, the one thing we want to do is win. And when you do win there, we're lucky. We've had a couple of winners there in our career to date, and it's a very special place.
Yeah, and you just touched on the winners. How does it feel having those winners under your belt? Is it a confidence booster, or is it just making you hungrier to get back into the winners enclosure?
You're hungrier to get back in the winners enclosure. The more unfortunately, that I don't know whether it's the same in life or just sport, but the more you have, the more you want. The more you want, the more the hungrier you become, and yeah, you can see how sort of Nicky Henderson and Paul Nicholls are these days, and they've been at it for so many years, and Willie Mullins and what have you. But yeah, it's a drug, and we all want more of it.
Yeah, you just mentioned those trainers. How does it feel taking on those big guns at Cheltenham?
Yeah, it's great. It's where you want to be. It's where we want to be. It's where our owners want to be. It's where all the staff want to be. It's we want the right ammunition to be taking on the right horses at the right time in the right place. And if we can come out on top, it's very rewarding.
And for a casual who doesn't have a serious insight into racing and may just be watching Cheltenham next week, maybe for the first time, how does it? The assumption might be that a bigger yard, it takes away some of the input that they have on horses, and as a smaller yard, you can put more focus into your horses than maybe they can. Is that true, or do they have a bigger team? How does that work?
No, listen, I think everyone has their own system, everyone has their routine, everyone has their own sort of business model and their own setup. So I think every horse entering it at Cheltenham is given the best possible build up the trainers can possibly give them. I don't think the size of the team necessarily dictates the input and the effort that goes into it. I think every horse is hopefully coming there as in tip-top shape and as best it possibly can be.
And for you, do you have any personal rituals or routines that come about during Cheltenham week? Maybe you go for dinner somewhere, or you've got a certain way that you start the day when it comes up to Cheltenham week?
Good question. I personally don't, but I went upstairs the other evening, and Arthur, our youngest son, we got 3 children. Arthur's our youngest. I found him searching in his sock drawer. I said, "What are you doing, Arthur?" He said, "I'm searching for my lucky orange ankle socks."
Nice.
When you were at Well One at the festival a couple of years ago, we were heading up to Cheltenham, and Arthur had got himself dressed. He was a bit younger then. He got himself dressed, and he was wearing revolting orange ankle socks. So those orange ankle socks have become the lucky mascot of the Snowden household.
That'll be the next Grade 1 winner out of the yards, the orange socks. Let's talk about your runners. Wendigo's heading for the Albert Barlett. How's his preparation been, and how do you rate his chances against the field?
Yeah, his preparation's been great, Leon. Obviously, he was a very good bump horse last year. He came out this year and he's progressed over hurdles. He's won on 2 occasions and was obviously a very fine second in the Challow at Newbury Christmas time. He had a hard race that day. The new line looked pretty special. We had a hard race to come second, so I was very keen to give him a sort of a nice prep run whereby he could go and get his head in front, and we found that opportunity up at Wetherby, and he did it very easily and very well, and we've been very happy with him since then, to be honest with you. So yeah, we go there full of hope.
Yeah, and I spoke to Harry Skelton earlier today, and he was talking about the Challow hurdle form as well, and he said that the ground not being as soft and heavy as it usually is at the Challow kind of bodes well for those who ran there to come here and kind of ignore the previous trends.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, we were second in the Cheltenham a couple of years ago with You Wear It Well on very deep ground, and she came out and won at Cheltenham. So I think sometimes a lot of emphasis is placed on the form of any particular sort of race through the season as not a particularly strong bit of form. But listen, it's you've got to be a good horse to be winning that, good horse to be in the first three, and You Wear It Well proved that she was, and hopefully Wendigo can.
And Garlaw's another exciting contender for you. Ran in the Denman last month and has got 2 entries at the festival. Is there a plan? Are you waiting for things to fall into place, or is it a ground thing?
Yeah, he's got 3 entries actually, Leon.
There we go.
Yeah, he's so we've run in the Ryanair the last couple of times. Won the Paddy Power 2 years ago, and he was second in it this time around. Slightly caught between the devil and the deep blue sea as far as his handicap mark is concerned, and the Ryanair hasn't really worked. He's only been beaten about 15 lengths on both occasions, but that was on soft ground. He does like better ground. He last won off 150, he's off 152 now. So the Ultima is probably the the most logical step. But we figured that the Stairs Hurdle perhaps lacks some strength, maybe. You know, the favourite is perhaps not foolproof, and maybe there lacks a little bit of depth in behind the favourite as well. So it's certainly not beyond the realms of possibility that we put a left field sort of approach into it and head into the Stairs Hurdle. We've only ran him over hurdles on 2 occasions, both times on very soft ground. We know he likes good ground, so it could be an interesting angle to go.
Yeah, and Gitmaker as well is currently on Racing Post to toss up between a couple of different races next week, maybe at Cheltenham, maybe at Uttoxeter. When will we see a decision on that, do you think?
Well, he does want softer ground, Leon. So if the rain doesn't come for the Kimia, we were second in it last year, behind a horse that is currently favourite for the Grand National and came out and won a Grade 1 at Aintree on his next start. So how he was running in a 0-145, I don't really know, but he managed to beat us. We pulled about 20 lengths clear of the third horse. Slightly frustrating, but he ran a belter that day and followed up third in the Scottish National. But as I say, he does like soft ground. So if the rain didn't come, then we might reconsider and go for the 4-mile race at Uttoxeter, the Midlands National, which incidentally is worth double the prize money of the Kimia.
I'm looking at odds. Some of your horses have got some long odds out there next week. Is there one that's going under the radar? Do you think you could spring a surprise? Looking at Super Survivor, Hollygrove Cha-Cha.
Yeah, well, they're the 2 there, Leon. Yeah, they're the 2 for sure. Hollygrove Cha-Cha has won 5 of her 6 starts. She's done nothing but please us. She won a Grade 2 on her last start. The only time she got beaten, she was second at Taunton in the listed race behind Jubilee Alpha. As you know, Taunton tight shot, quick ground that day, and I think we can get an awful lot closer to her on the new course. So she should have a chance. And Super Survivor, he's in the form of his life. He's in great order. Delighted with him. I think there's scope off his handicap mark, and hopefully he's got an each way chance in the Pertemps.
Yeah, and just what would a successful week look like for you next week at the festival?
4 winners.
Yeah, nothing less.
Quite right.
Nice.